Hello everybody, can I get a quick hello in the chat if everybody can hear me? Because I'm not quite sure at the minute because my computer's slightly behind. Yeah, can you guys hear me right now? There are so many hellos in the chat. I tell you what would be better, if you could all just say, hello, I can hear you. Although I think this might be sign enough, I'm not quite sure. You can hear me! Yay, hello everybody! Oh wow, there are so many of you here already. Thank you so much for turning out to the stream, everybody. Oh my gosh, we're getting donations already. Right, so on that note, welcome to the stream. It's of course a charity stream. You guys know why we're here. We're raising funds for Pride, for the Black LGBT community, and specifically for the NBJC, which stands for the National Black Justice Coalition. They're a really cool charity that sort of they uplift black voices in the community and just give support where it's needed most. It's a really good cause, and I'm hoping we can raise a good amount of coin for it today. We're 2 minutes in, we've already got $44. Thank you so much. I think we're off to a really great start there. Oh, hi Amy. Sorry, I just saw one of my friends in the chat. Hello. So yeah, wow, gosh, where do we begin? So I have a couple of things written down, so I say all of the necessary stuff at the start of the stream and don't just completely go flying blind. I'm mostly going to be flying blind for most of this, but you know, it's important to have some sense of a track of where we're going with this. So I've got one of my wonderful, delightful friends in the chat right now called Georgia. They're helping to moderate today. So hi Georgia, if you're there, thank you so much again, buddy, for offering to help out with the moderation. So pretty much they're just gonna hopefully be able to keep an eye on things in the chat and just pass on a couple of thank yous to all of you guys who are donating from me, because obviously this is a drawing stream, so I'm going to be starting to draw in just a minute. And obviously if I'm looking at my drawing software, I am going to miss a couple of messages in the chat. I'm not going to be able to read every single super chat as much as I would like to, but just know that if you guys do send any messages with your super chats, I'm going to take a look at them after the stream, because I've managed to find the tab in YouTube Manager where I can actually go back through all of the super chats from a stream and read them after the fact. So, oh my gosh, that Anonymous, thank you so much. That's $100 donation. Oh my goodness. Oh, that's a lot of coin. I should tell you guys at this point, I set the stream as open-ended. I didn't set a donation goal because I really didn't know what to expect from this stream. I didn't know if we were going to be able to raise because it asks you when you start to set up a stream whether you want to set a fundraising goal, obviously, and I was thinking, oh, maybe we could, maybe raise $200, maybe $500 if we're pushing it, or would $1,000 be way too much to expect? I have no idea, because I didn't know how many people to expect to turn out and watch the stream. I didn't know how many of you guys were going to be able to donate in the first place, and I didn't want to expect everybody who donates to be able to donate an extraordinary amount. So, but gosh, you guys, within about 5 minutes, you've already completely surpassed my expectations. This is amazing. Thank you guys. So yeah, it's an open-ended fundraiser. It's going to be running for a week after this stream ends. It's going to be running up until the 20th of this month, so it's just running even after this stream's done. The fundraiser isn't going to be closed. If you want to come back and donate during the week, or bring your friends, you can do that later. Like I say, it's going to be running until the 20th, and it's open-ended, so we're just going to try and raise as much as we can for, again, a really lovely charity. And I also have some other links in the video description. If you can't donate monetarily, there are petition links and links to other resources and stuff that just help the... Sorry, I just realized there's vehicles going around my street in the background, and I'm using a different mic than usual, which just picks up every noise ever in a 5-mile radius, so if there's a bit of background noise, I apologize. But yeah, so the links in the description, they're for petitions, charities, donation links, and like I said, they're for places that you can contribute monetarily even if you don't have money, some of those videos that have been going around of you watch this and all of the ad revenue goes to charity, that kind of stuff. It's all good, but basically, yeah, we're going to do what we can with the fundraiser on this video, and then also if you want to keep on helping after the fact, or if you want to help in a different way, there's plenty of links for that in the description, so go ahead. Oh my goodness, wow. we're already over $500 and I haven't even done anything yet. That was like my upper expectation of what we were going to be able to do. Oh my gosh, you guys, this is crazy. Right, on that note, let's start drawing some stuff. So some of you guys might have seen on my social media, I posted a little snippet, a little preview of the sketch that you can see on screen right now. And again, some of you guys might recognize it. It's one of the character designs I did for Halloween last year. One of my Ride with Pride witches, specifically the trans witch, because she's my favorite design out of the lot. I can't tell a lie. She's just really pretty and I love drawing her. And I think I've actually kind of missed drawing her. I didn't realize until I did this sketch like how much fun she is to draw, because she's just so fashionable. Like, look at that. Should I say that about my own designs? I feel like that's a bit big-headed. No, she's fashionable. I just sort of like happened to draw a halfway decent outfit on her. Wow, I keep getting distracted because I'm glancing at the chat box, and I've got slow chat turned on, but it's just going so fast. Wow. Oh, I love all of this community energy. Right, so I'm gonna start on the inking for this. The stream is probably going to run for just as long as it takes to finish this painting. I kind of want to have some fun with the colours on this, so hopefully we'll have a bit of an interesting time. But part of the reason I did the sketch before the stream started was because I didn't want to juggle like talking to you guys and also trying to remember how human proportions work. But also I thought this might be a fun opportunity to sort of show you guys how I break down my sketches in real time. Not drawing them in real time, but just show you like in a nice, you know, normal time kind of way rather than in a speed paint way, all of the pieces that go into one of my base sketches. So you can see here, this is the full picture, zoom in, zoom out, there she is, lovely. So basically whenever I sketch, I'll draw the pose and then I'll draw like the clothes and the details on top of it, and I will sort of leave them as separate layers so that I can adjust them if I need to. So you can see here she's got her hat on and that's a separate layer. I can turn that on and off if I need to. Sorry, I just burped, how rude. But yeah, and then we've got different layers for tones and stuff, so that can be on and off just to give an idea of what needs shading and stuff. And her outfit I've also got on a separate layer, so you can see the anatomical sketch underneath. So this might look maybe a bit different to some of the anatomy sketches you might have seen me do on my channel before, and that's because I did one of the things that I mention a lot in my videos. I used a reference for this one. Specifically, if I turn the sketch off, you'll see I took a photo of this really handy artist model that I have in my room. It's called a bodycon figure. It's basically like a little 15 centimeter tall action figure or doll kind of thing. And you can like pose it any way you want. It's got a bunch of like extra hands down here in this little box. It's really, really mobile, really flexible, and I would really recommend it if you, you know, want to find a bit of a better resource for taking your own pose reference photos at home, rather than using those like wooden maquette kind of things that you see in like art shops and in like art classes and stuff, because they can just be really stiff. They don't have a lot of mobility, but these I absolutely love. They're really, really handy. And if you can see my sketch there, turning it back on, it's just really handy for like just getting those sort of pose details accurately, and sort of finding the flow of the pose itself, which is again something that I've mentioned in previous videos and stuff like that. You always want to make sure that you find the flow of the poses that you're doing, and again, having a reference really, really helps with that. So yeah, let's get on with some inking. Let's see, whack that down to low opacity. So a lot of you guys, also I'm just whittering on about art stuff. I have been looking at the chat while we're while we're going here. I love all of these hearts. I would just say, guys, do be careful if you're all putting a bunch of emojis in the chat, because I've heard tell that there are sometimes incidents with that. You might end up like being flagged as a robot if you put too many emojis in. So maybe break it up a little bit, but I am loving this energy. This is absolutely delightful. Cool, so going in on some inks, let's do this. So I get a lot of people asking what brushes I use to ink and like paint and do different things with. Pretty much I just use the standard brushes in Paint Tool SI, which is my drawing software here, and then I'll just sort of change the size and the minimum size and the density and stuff depending on like the scale of what I'm drawing. So, you know, you don't really need to have any kind of fancy brush hacks. You just kind of, you can use the standard stuff and do some really nice work with it, or at least work that you're happy with. I'm always tentative to say, like, oh yeah, I do some really nice work, but just in general, like, people can make really nice work with just the standard brush settings. The brush settings I have for this at the minute is, this is an A4 canvas, so it's set to like A4 paper size. And the settings are size 8 for the brush and 30% for the minimum size, which basically just defines like how thin it gets at its finest point when you draw. Oh god, I forgot the canvas was flipped and I got very confused trying to move the page around just there. Here we go. So it's at this point that the thing I said before about how, like, I'm not going to be able to see everything in chat kind of comes into play, because I've got to keep my eye on, obviously, my drawing screen here. But in the corner of my eye, I can see the chat is still moving really, really fast, so... Oh, that's lovely. Look at all this. Oh, man. And we've already raised $788. Again, guys, my upper limit of expectation for this was, like, $500 in the, you know, 1 or 2 hours it might take to finish this picture. Whew, you are really, really exceeding my expectations here. This is hefty by my standards. Because, I don't know, a lot of the time I watch, like, I think as we all do, I watch a lot of the sort of big name channels, like Jacksepticeye and Markiplier, and, like, obviously they've got, like, some of the biggest followings on the platform, so whenever they do a fundraiser, it's like, you know, they'll make tons and tons and tons. So, but that was kind of, like, my only metric of, like, what to expect from a fundraiser. So I was like, okay, obviously we're not going to do quite that extent, but yeah, I just didn't really know sort of how to estimate kind of what to expect from this. But yeah, this is really putting a smile on my face. This is absolutely lovely. Thank you, the anonymous person who just scrolled past, for donating $20. That's really, really nice. And thank you, Aravis Snow. I'm seeing a couple of you guys' names go past who are donating. I really appreciate it, guys. Thank you so much. Here we go. Also, I'm not sure if a second ago you guys heard like a police car go past. Again, this microphone just picks up everything, so I'm very sorry if you did. Man, when I tell you I have had like the biggest just anxiety day today, I've messaged a couple of my friends the exact same, but like I was so worried that like I wouldn't be able to get the stream set up properly. I've been like trying to figure out how to get the sound set up all day. I wasn't sure if I'd be able to attach the fundraising link to it. So like I've just been having like palpitations, like, oh, what if I don't like, what if I have another like grandpa moment and I just can't figure out how to do it? Because as some of you guys might know, if you tuned into my accidental stream yesterday, I was actually trying to figure out the settings for this stream last night, and I accidentally started live streaming. I just started like a blank stream when I was trying to just sort of figure out what the settings should be for today. So, you know, you would think that given the fact that YouTube is my job, the fact that like I do digital art, I use technology as like my main thing in my life pretty much, you would think I would have some idea of what to do with technology, but you would be wrong. I have no idea what I'm doing, so it's always really nice when it all works in the end. Like I'll have a big anxiety day like today and just sort of fret over it, but in the end it comes together, and you know, it's nice. We can all be here having a nice time. And glancing over, I realized we're already at over $1,000. Ooh. You're gonna hear a lot of those noises from me today, I think, because again, good God. Well, we are in completely foreign territory now, lads. I have even less idea of what to expect, and I didn't even know what to expect at the start of this, so that's great. Oh my gosh, thank you guys so much. That's really amazing. Good golly. Yeah, wow. Thank you to Hugh Clyde for the $5, £5. I don't even know what currency we're in, man. I think it's dollars for the main fundraiser. But somebody in the chat saying Control Z gang, you know it. That is my main tool that I use in any of my work, you'll see me, especially right now, you can probably hear it because my microphone is right next to my keyboard, but you will hear the telltale clickety-clack of my Control and Z buttons on the keyboard, because every single time I draw, it's just like, right, I'm going to draw a line, and then I'll get rid of that line, and then I'll try and draw it again, and then I'll get rid of it again, because it doesn't look exactly right the way I want it to, and then I'm doing it right now, but... Yeah, you know, it's a tried and true method. It's the perks of digital art. The amount of times I've had conversations with people, though, some of my friends and stuff who have been doing on paper drawing after doing a bunch of digital work, like myself and a bunch of my friends from the Shrieking Wizard Co. We've been doing a bunch of animation work for the past couple weeks. And like obviously all of that's done digitally, so I think it was Beth was saying in the chat in our like Facebook chat the other day that like she tried to hit Control Z on her notebook, and I was like, that's a very relatable mood. Yeah, I do that pretty much every time I try and sketch on paper nowadays, because I'm just so used to doing digital artwork. Let me see. So what I'm gonna do here, if I turn the hat off, is, and on the sketch, that would also help, is actually shape out the back of the head as well, just so I know where the hair's supposed to go later. That's a helpful tip if you're doing sketches and stuff. You can see here on my sketch, I've got like the shape of the body and the skull and stuff in a different color, and then the hair on top. That's kind of so that like, you know, if you know what shape the head is, then you're not going to accidentally draw the hair like gouging through it like that or something. I feel like that's probably a really basic bit of advice, but, you know, it's always helpful to remind yourself of the basics, I think. I'm not going to merge this sketch layer down. See, that's another part of my process that I typically do. I'll draw, like, different bits of the inking on different layers. So, like, I've got the hat here, which I'm happy with, so that's on its own layer. And then I've got, like, the shape of the face here. And then I'll sort of merge them down as I go through and as I'm happy with them. But yeah, sometimes I kind of forget that they're meant to be on separate layers, and then I have to like erase bits and pieces after I've done a bunch more work. So partially a method that I'd recommend is doing your inking in bits and pieces on different layers, but in another regard, I would say, you know, just be careful of when you merge it down, just don't do it automatically, because that's the thing, I do it a lot sort of on autopilot now, like much like with my Control Z buttons, I will use Control E when I'm done with like a section of line work and merge it down with the rest of it. But a lot of the time I will also forget that like, oh, part of it's overlapping in a place where it really does not need to overlap. Oops. And then I'll have to fix it later. But you know, that's a problem for future me in those cases. Oh man, looking at the chat again. Everybody's shouting Ravenclaw, I don't know why. Hufflepuff in the chat. Slytherin. When I like look away for 5 minutes and we're all on a Harry Potter. I don't know why, but I will say Hufflepuff gang rise up. Hufflepung. What's that? That's not a thing. Here we go. Do some nice detail on the ribbons. Ribbon singular. It's one ribbon. What am I talking about? Here we go. Bubbity boo. This is something else that you guys don't get in my speed paint content, is the fact that like if I'm not like listening to tunes, or if I don't have stuff on in the background while I'm drawing, I will just like make noises at myself while I'm inking and while I'm doing other stuff, because my brain just, you know, ADHD life. I can't sit idle. I just saw the chat go really fast as opposed to the standard speed that it's been going, and it's just a slew of people shouting Hufflepuff. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry I did this, chat. Didn't mean to get you overexcited. Oh wow. I am just loving the energy in the chat right now. This is such a lovely bit of spirit here. But yeah, what was I saying? Oh, ADHD. Yeah, of course I would get distracted after talking about like my mind wandering because of my ADHD tendencies. But yeah, so like normally when I'm drawing, I will have like a playlist on in the background, or like listen to some tunes, like really rock out while I'm drawing, or like maybe find something that like fits the mood of what I'm drawing. That's always really nice. But a lot of the time I will just sort of like let YouTube autoplay do its thing, and then like after I dissociate for 3 hours doing a drawing, I'll end up like tuning back in and refocusing on whatever's happening on YouTube and just being like, how did I get here? What is this? What's going on? So I've been doing that a lot this week because again I've been working a lot on like some animation work, so it's a lot of like just sort of spending the whole day drawing, so I won't really pay much attention to what I've got on in the background, but again, I can't really sit in silence while I do stuff. I don't know if that curve is correct, I might fix that later. But yeah, so through the power of YouTube autoplay, my entire recommended section when I log into my YouTube account now has just become like TLC shows, like for some reason bridal shows specifically. Like I've watched so much, or like I've listened to because it's in the background, but I've watched so much Say Yes to the Dress lately. And again, I could not tell you why, it's just kind of like come up on YouTube autoplay and I'm like, yeah, this may as well happen. But you know, it's pretty entertaining. It's just like absurd. I think that's probably why it's entertaining. But it's just the weirdest experience to like be working on something like fantasy genre or like, you know, whatever I'm drawing at that time, and then sort of space back into what's happening in my headphones, and it's just like people crying about dresses. Sorry, complete silence while I tune back into the chat over here. Oh, I don't know when we got onto StarKid, but I heartily approve. Somebody's shouting about pig farts in the chat. That's that's very fun. What are I hesitate to ask, but like, what are some of you guys' favorite StarKid shows? I've really enjoyed the what are they called? Like, I don't know what I would genre them as, but like, you know, the sort of sci-fi horror stuff they've been doing for their last two shows, like The Guy Who Didn't Like Musicals and oh my gosh, what is it called? Black Friday. I was gonna call it just The Wiggly Show. But yeah, no, I really enjoyed The Guy Who Didn't Like Musicals when that came out, because that was like so different from any musical I'd seen, and even like so different from any StarKid show I'd seen. Here we go. Sorry, doing body curvature, I need to actually pay attention. There we go. There we go. I'll turn the sketch off and see how that looks. How does that look? That looks cute. But yeah, so The Guy Who Didn't Like Musicals when that first came out, as I think most of us who follow StarKid were, I was like fully obsessed. It's so fun. It's like such a good show. But it was really cool because like so my mom has like the biggest collection, not the biggest collection, but like the majority of our like DVD section in our house, or like our DVD collection growing up, was horror movies. We have so many horror movies in our front room, and one of them, like one of the classic ones that we have on DVD here, is Invasion of the Body Snatchers, which I don't know if any of you guys have seen it. It's pretty much like what The Guy Who Didn't Like Musicals was parodying, but it's like a really cool like black and white old like drive-in movie kind of horror film from ages past, and like it was just really cool to see that parodied as like a musical. It made that show like so much more enjoyable, and it made it a lot more fun to like guess the ending, because if you've seen Invasion of the Body Snatchers, or if you've seen the StarKid show, or if you've seen both, then yeah, you'll kind of know the parallels I'm talking about. I don't want to spoil anything, but the whole time I was watching The Guy Who Didn't Like Musicals, I was just like, are they gonna follow how Invasion of the Body Snatchers ends, or what are they gonna do with this? Because I don't know. But it was really cool seeing how they they like translated it. Oh my goodness. So the total amount raised so far in the fundraiser is $1,300. That is insane. Oh my goodness. And I've like completely tuned out while doing this inking. I'm like fully running on autopilot. Like my hands and my eyes are going. They're like, we know what's going on. And then my mouth and brain have been doing something else. So like now where I would normally tune back into like the stuff I have going on in the background, it's like the inking is almost the stuff in the background here, and I'm just like tuning back in like, oh, I already did that bit. Cool. I didn't realize I was this far in the old inking process. Oh, Jazz! I just saw your donation. Hi, Jazz. Thank you for the $10. Aw, that's really sweet. Sorry, that's one of my friends as well. Hi, Jazz. Oh, I'm just looking at everything in the chat for a sec. Newsies. Everybody's shouting about She-Ra. Yep, that is also a really good show. Oh my goodness, I really enjoyed the final season of that. Man, I expect the chat's probably going to blow up again after at the mention of She-Ra. Yeah, that was a really fun show. That, like, the animation style of it alone, I absolutely love it. It's so, like, colorful, which is, I don't think a lot of shows can pull off. But it made it so much more fun to watch, and obviously, like, the showrunners very much gay rights, so that made it even better. That was like, oh yeah, this is relatable content now, we love it. How do, chat, I ask you, save my life, how do pleats work? I don't know, it's just a bunch of spaghetti. Look at this. Spaghetti? No. Spaghetti isn't the word. Here's the thing, this is another lovely way that the ADHD brain works. You will think of a concept and your brain and mouth won't align, so your mouth will, like, fill in the blank, and then your brain catches up and it's like, no, that's not what we meant. I didn't mean spaghetti. Pleats on skirts are like, they're squiggly, that's what it is. And my brain, like, associates squiggliness with spaghetti, so my brain was like, yeah, it's like spaghetti. Can you imagine a skirt made of spaghetti? That sounds very impractical. And again, brain jumping to different topics, that just reminds me of, like, old, like, 2000s era Lady Gaga outfits. Oh man, that's another thing that I've been watching a ton of lately, or, like, listening to a ton of in the background, is the new Lady Gaga album. Or at least, like, the Rain On Me song about it. I think I tweeted about it because I just, oh, it's so good. It's like just a really good jam of a song. Yeah, like, my music taste is really varied. And by varied, I mean it's just a hot mess. So, like, lately I've been listening to that. I've been listening to, as per usual, just a bunch of anime themes from shows that I don't even watch, but I love the soundtracks too, because it just be like that, you know? But also, you know, back on musicals, I've been listening to a bunch of, what's it called? The Hunchback of Notre Dame? The Broadway soundtrack, though, not the Disney soundtrack. And let me tell you, the Broadway soundtrack for Hunchback of Notre Dame did not need to go as hard as it did, right? But it did. Like, it is so intense, it's so cool, and if any of you guys have the chance to go and listen to it after the stream's done, I would absolutely recommend it, because, like, majority of people have seen, like, the Hunchback of Notre Dame Disney show, so you don't really need to have, like, extra context for it, or, like, wonder what the plot is, because I think everybody knows the general plot, so you can just, like, really appreciate the, just the absolute tunes. But yeah, Out There especially is a really, really good song on that soundtrack. Really enjoy that. Does that look like a skirt? That looks like a skirt. This is probably fine. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Pleats. Is that pleats? Is that good? That probably needs more detail up here. Also, that's another thing I'd recommend for drawing, is just, like, I'm so sorry if it makes any of you guys, like, motion sick watching it, but, like, flip-flopping your canvas around is, like, the best thing to do to check if things, like, look good, if they look okay, if they look normal. Just, like, viewing it from the reverse side. And you can do that if you're drawing on paper as well, just, like, take a sheet of paper and, like, hold it backwards to a light or up to the window and you can see through it. That's, like, a really good way of making, like, corrections and figuring out what's kind of squiffy if you're drawing on paper. Yeah, that's so good. I can merge that down. Nice. Yeah. Here we go. Somebody, I missed your name, but somebody in the chat was just saying, Alex, do you listen to MCR? I raised myself on MCR. Are you kidding? Musical theatre gay boy here, you think I don't listen to My Chemical Romance? Good lord, of course. I've actually been getting back into them recently, so it's funny that you ask. But yeah, I think, of course everybody knows Black Parade, but there's another one, and I'm not going to be able to remember it because I have like the background music for the stream playing in my ears right now, so I won't remember the tune. What's it called? It's... I don't know. I mean, the thing is, you could recommend, like, any My Chemical Romance song, and it would be a good one to go and recommend to people. I think it's... Oh, The Sharpest Lives. That's the one. I wasn't sure if I was going to remember it, but I did. Yes, I had to. I was like very inside my own brain there for a second. I was like, I know it has a lyric about vampires, and then there's the rest of the song, and I just couldn't remember what it was called. Yeah, no, The Sharpest Lives. I think that's one of my favorite My Chemical Romance songs at the minute, just because I'm sort of going back through and listening to a bunch of their stuff again. People in the chat saying emo isn't dead, just sleeping. Yeah. I don't even know if it's doing that. The existential crises make it kind of hard to take a nap. Somebody in the chat as well saying, this stream and the chat is giving me rights. I love it. That's, yeah, I'm glad. That's what we want to do. This is, you know, a place for everybody to come, be proud, be real gay, just in a nice collective positive space. So I'm glad we're pulling that off. I love all of these questions that are just preferenced with Alex in all caps, just really stretched out. But somebody said, Alex, what is your favorite musical? I don't know if I can narrow it down, honestly, because I have like a bunch of favorites for different reasons. I have like favorites that I've actually seen. My favorite musical that I've actually seen is Wicked, because that, God, I would watch that like 15 times live if I could. It's so good. I was so excited when we went to see it, like me and my family, and I went to see it when I was a kid, so it was like extra magical. I really enjoyed it, and if you've seen Wicked, you'll know that like, God, that show goes hard as hell. But yeah, I have a ton that are like my favorites just for the soundtrack. I really like a lot of the kind of horror musicals, so like I like whoever was in the chat just now saying be gay, raise money. Yes, you got the spirit. You yeah, that's exactly what we're here to do. I like that. Be gay, raise money. So yeah, let me see. Yeah, a lot of the horror musicals I'm really into. So, but I haven't actually seen a lot of them, if any. I just really like the soundtrack. So like Beetlejuice and Frankenstein, a new musical. I love the soundtrack for that. Yeah, just a bunch of the horror ones. I know there are more, but I can't quite remember them off the top of my head. That leg looks a bit wonky. That's the thing, whenever I'm doing line work, I try and do... Actually, this is just a good tip in general. If you're ever inking and you want to get like a smooth curve, just try and just keep Control-Zing until you can actually do it in like one smooth curve. Because if you're going like this and trying to fill in the blanks, that's when like your line work starts to look kind of janky. So like, you know, try and do it in smooth sweeps. I didn't expect to be doing tongue twisters today, but here we are. Do it in smooth sweeps, with confidence, with muscle memory as well. Just from doing a lot of practice, it will make this a lot easier. Let's try it the other way. Is this going to be any easier? Oh, it is. Oh, it is. That feels a lot better. Here we go. Wait, I'm not... I'm so honed in on my screen right now because I just want to get this curve right. This is the process. This is what I do every time I draw. I'm like, these lines aren't exactly aligned with where I want them. I'm going to spend 5 solid minutes just doing this line. That's fine. That's fine. I'm going to use a magic trick. Hold up. This is something else that I always forget that I can do, but Control-T, transform. The deform tool on Paint Tool Sai, I love it, because it will largely, like, stuff in the corners here, like the top of the bit that I'm transforming, it keeps it, like, where it's at, so you can just move the rest of it around as you need to, like this, to transform it. It's really nice. Love that. I don't get on with the... well, I don't get on with a lot of tools in Photoshop, but I don't get on with the transformation tool in Photoshop because it's got so many different, like, options for how to transform stuff, and the deform tool inside just kind of like merges them all into one like handy dandy place. So yeah, I much prefer that. Just gotta stay hydrated, kids. Just looking at the chat while I'm taking a water break. Alex, please say you watched Avatar: The Last Airbender. I'm gonna disappoint y'all. I have watched it, but I haven't finished it. That's kind of a bad habit of mine with a lot of shows. I will start watching it and be like, man, I love this is great, I need to finish watching it. And then I just never finish because I get really busy and then I forget where I was at. So I think I got up to the bit, like the episode in the desert, and I want to finish watching the rest of it because I'm way behind the times, so I need to do that. But yeah, I've done that with so many shows. Like I started watching them and I just haven't finished. Like I started watching Demon Slayer and I really enjoyed it. I watched a good like handful of episodes while I was on surgical recovery, and then I just like I was able to get up and start doing things again, and then I just completely forgot what episode I was on and just never finished watching the season. But that's another one that I really want to go back to, because again, the soundtrack, the opening theme, I love it. It's super cool. Here we go. Swoops. Gosh, it's always, because this is the thing with anatomy and with drawing humans, you don't want to just do like a straight line like that, because it makes it look so flat. I mean, you can, it depends on your art style, like, you know, never say never, but with the kind of style that I draw in, like, I want to use curvy lines, but then I want to use the right curvy lines, so I use the Control-Z button so much. Here's a fun little trick though, because again, it's on a separate layer of my sketch folder, my inking folder even, which means I can just transform it. There we go, and also because this is on its own layer, I can just copy and paste it, so I don't have to draw that curvature a bunch of times. We got hacks, we got the sneaky cheat codes in here for doing your digital art harder, better, faster, stronger. What about it? Ooh, stuff happening in the chat. Thank you to Nathan and the Geeky Artist for your donations. That's really cool. $20 and $5. Every amount is super, super cool. Yeah, there have been some like really big donations in the chat so far, and there have been some like just like $1, $2, $5. Anything towards the sort of total is great. You shouldn't feel like if you're only able to donate like $1 or something, it's not worthwhile. Like, there are so many people here right now. So like, yeah, every amount just chipped in is just amazing. And again, just thank you again to everybody who's pitching in, who's donating. We're like, oh, what are we, like a half hour into the stream right now? So just if you weren't here at the start, I'm going to remind you, or if you weren't here, this won't be a reminder you weren't here when I said it the first time. No, if you were here at the start, this will be a reminder. If you just got here recently, this will be your first time hearing it. We're collecting today donations, doing a fundraiser for the NBJC, the National Black Justice Coalition. They're a really cool charity that supports the Black LGBT community, uplifts voices, helps people in need, generally does a whole lot of good. So it's a really good cause. And also, fundraiser is going to be running all week, so if you can't donate today, feel free to come back during the week. I was also thinking I might, if I can figure out how to do it, which hopefully I can, I might attach the fundraiser to just all of my LGBT themed videos on my channel for the rest of this week. I wasn't able to do it before the stream started because, like I said earlier, I was kind of frantic just trying to figure out how to set it up in the first place. But I think I might set up the fundraiser to just go up alongside like all of my old like Ride with Pride video and like any of my old other like Pride themed speed paints. Just because, you know, it's for Pride Month, it's for the community, it's for a good cause, and yeah, I think that'd be cool. Do you guys reckon that's a good idea? I feel like that might be a good idea. I'm probably gonna do that just for remind me afterwards maybe. Just looking at the chat again. People in the chat saying Ace Gang, nice, good to see y'all here. Somebody asking, Alex, what's your opinion on Adventure Time? It's a really cute show. It's not one that I followed like fully, but it would be on sometimes when like I was making toast in the morning and like me and my mum would watch it together. So it's a really nice show in that regard for me. And also like songs from it, like as with a lot of modern cartoons, the songs from it really, really good, really cool. And it's just a complete acid trip of a show, isn't it? It's very kooky, it's very fun, it's a good old show. Let's see, what else is happening? Somebody in the chat saying the ham steak has returned. I don't know what that means. Good for them, I'm glad they're back in the stratosphere. Somebody in the chat just saying gay turtles, I agree. Here we go, how do we draw shoes? Like this. So here's the thing with these boots. These are actually like real boots that I found on Google Images when I was looking for some inspiration for what to draw for this outfit. So again, just the power of using references and stuff. If you aren't sure how shoes work, just look it up on Google, figure it out. You can figure it out, that makes it sound really detached, but like it helps you to figure it out when you're actually looking at it, because you can like see all the pieces, and you can see, especially with like uniquely styled shoes like this, where they're more chunky and they're not like the standard just sort of like the shape of a foot. Yeah, get your references up. I'm hopefully going to be able to pull up some references on my phone later for doing the coloring, because I want to have a bit of fun with the coloring on this one. I think we can play around a bit with some of the styles. Here we go. Swoop, swoop. There's some shoes. Inking. And the back. One thing I haven't done here, which I normally do, is varied my brush size, because I've just been so tuned into like talking, but normally for like details like this, where it's like internal detail, because like these are kind of external lines, these are like following on from the external bit, but like for internal detail like that, I'll typically do it like a little bit finer, so go from like a size 8 brush to like a size 5 here, and you can see it just sort of makes it look a bit more varied, which is quite nice. Here we go. Back up to number 8, because we're doing the outside again. You see what I mean earlier about me just like making stupid noises at myself while I draw? Honestly, like, my mum has been like suffering so much being stuck inside with me during quarantine, because I've been absolutely off my rocker just doing like stupid voices every time I enter the kitchen, just like busting the door open like I'm Shrek. But you know, it's what you gotta do. It's it's a lifestyle. What I might do for the laces when I get to them is do them on their own layer and do like a little fancy trick, but we'll see how we do when we get there. Swoop-de-whoop. And there we go. Nope. No. Control Z coming through again. There we go. Nice. And then just erase the excess. It's very nice. What program do I use to draw? I use Paint Tool Sci. Technically this is Paint Tool Sci version 2, now I think about it, which I would absolutely recommend over the original version. It has a bunch more improvements. It's got a text tool, it's got gradients, it's got, oh my god, it has perspective rulers, which has saved my life in the work I've been doing recently. At the minute I only have a grasp of how to use the 1-point perspective ruler, but it's got like 2-point perspective, it's got 3-point perspective, and I will master them one day. And when I do master them, it's over, you know? I've won art when when I do that. Kimbo Yeet saying, "Am I late?" Nah, you're just in time. It's all good. The stream has barely started. We've It's so nice just being able to like glance over and see all of you all like having such a lovely chat on the side here. Oh, it looks like some just Noodle Doodles, your comment has been approved. All of the ones, the comments that are just like hearts in rainbow colors or different flag colors, again, I absolutely love them, but I just had to like, what is it called? Like allow, I guess, one of them through because it's getting robot filtered. So, hi Matt, I'm proud of you for eating dessert for dinner. Was that all of you guys in the House of Dungas doing that, or? But yeah, if you want to do hearts and stuff, just be careful because I don't want you guys to get flagged as robots because you're all lovely people. You're not made of metal. Here we go. You can tell when I'm like really focusing on a part of this drawing because I go kind of quiet. I'm just gonna get rid of this line. That's not working. Here we go. Here we go. No. Why is there a dot there? This is difficult. Shoes are, I think, the bane of a lot of people's drawing existence, just because, like, what even are they? What are they? Just a bunch of shapes? I don't get it. No, I think I can summarize, actually, because I've said a couple times here, like, man, this is what you're missing when I do speed paints. You don't get the full drawing experience. All you're missing, really, is me just having, like, a string of existential crises while I try and figure out what the hell I'm doing on the canvas. That's always quite fun. Here we go. But you know, it's fun to get that behind the scenes every now and then, isn't it? You get to see the full, like, because again, this is my job. You would think that like all of this is no problem, it all comes super easily, but like, nope, every single time I do a drawing, it's like, how does any of this work? What's happening? What's going on? Sapphire, I appreciate the understanding, saying clothes are the bane of your existence. I hope you mean in drawing, not in real life, because that'd be incredibly inconvenient. Here we go, let's do these ridges. That's the thing, I love these kind of really chunky shoes. They're so fun, they're so satisfying to look at, both in fashion and in art, just in general. But I don't understand them. They're so hard to draw. And I love like these kind of shoes with like big ridges on the bottom, because it's like, oh yeah, they're chunky, they're grippy, but again, how do they work? I'm not a shoe person, I'm not an understander of footwear. Alex, you say this is your job, could you expand on that? Yes, this is my job. I mean, well, technically, yeah, it's kind of hard to explain my job. I'm listed as a freelancer because I'm self-employed, but you know, I do YouTube things, and thankfully it does just enough to pay my rent, which is all I could ask for, really. But yeah, so basically I just like draw stuff all day, every day, and have existential crises. And that's my gig, you know, that's my, I'm really looking forward to having this line work done, because I really want to do the colouring on this, but I want to get the line work right. Again, that's just the digital artist struggle, isn't it? That's the nice thing with the thinner internal line work though, you can kind of leave a couple gaps in it and it just makes it look kind of organic and nice, so you don't have to join up every little bit, like you can see I'm doing here. Well, that's pretty cute, we like that. Ooh, actually yeah, I haven't looked at it full length yet. Yeah, look at that, how nice. I really like this character. I know I said at the start, but like, she really is one of my like favorite from the old Ride with Pride set of designs. I really love characters who can like pull off like really confident fashion like this, or just who you can do like interesting fashion things with. And I also just love her because like she just comes off as a really confident character, which is what I think, you know, all trans folks should have the right to be, and hopefully can be someday. I think she's a nice little, I don't know about role model, but you know what I mean. You know what I'm getting at with that, like little motivator. Drawing D&D stuff while watching, nice. I didn't catch your name, but I hope you're having fun. Yeah, I hope any of you guys who are drawing along with this are having a good time. Having a nice, like, chill, pick up your pencils kind of experience. I'm feeling really good right now because, like I said, I was so anxious all day, like, trying to see if I could get this set up, but now that I'm here, I feel really relaxed. This is nice. I'm like, ooh, I'm in the zone, you know? It's a nice old time. Ooh, that's an interesting question. Again, I keep missing everybody's names because the chat just goes so fast, but, sorry, I had to rehydrate again. But yeah, somebody was asking what got me into drawing. So I started drawing when I was like 8 years old, purely because back in my youth, in the golden age of kids TV, in my opinion, there are loads of good kids shows nowadays. Don't worry about it. But yeah, back when I was younger, there was like a bunch of anime on like after school telly here in the UK. There was like Card Captors and Yu-Gi-Oh, which, oh my gosh, don't even get me started, I love that one. Digimon, just a bunch of like, you know, anime with like really cool art styles, and stuff like Witch and things, just a lot of like cartoons with really good, you know, art styles and stuff. So essentially, the answer to your question is what got me into anime. I was a junior weeb who saw a bunch of anime on telly, and I was like, ooh, I want to do that. So I tried to, and now I'm here. you know, you just kind of keep drawing stuff you enjoy, and then you get good at the stuff you enjoy. Well, you get, again, I hate saying that I'm good. Like, I really hate it. But you know, you improve what you do, the more you do it. So, you know, if you enjoy something and you want to do the same thing, or if you want to like follow that same path and try and make yourself into somebody who can do that thing, do it. It's really good. It's a good thing to do. That looks like a shoe. I might just copy and paste that because I don't want to draw that again. How much of that can I get away with copy and pasting? We're gonna find out. Again, that's one of the miracles of digital art, is like you can just sort of like, this line work is overlapping. How did I miss that? Gasp. There we go. Is fix. Man, the chat is going so fast. I'm trying to read messages and they're just sort of like swoop. Oh, somebody asking, are you going to do more live streams after this? I think I'll take a little break, because again, this like had me so stressed out this morning, just trying to sort it out because I'm such a technophobe. But I think it would be nice, you know? I think the last time I did a live stream was... How do I duplicate this layer? There we go, there's the button. Way. But the last time I did a live stream was about a year ago, and it was because the channel hit 200,000 subscribers. So before doing this one, I was thinking of, you know, maybe doing another live stream when we hit 300,000, which is approaching, which is absolutely insane to think. So yeah, maybe then, but I'm not going to guarantee it because I don't know how well equipped I will be to do so, but I would love to, because this is like a really nice sort of chill kind of time. Here we go. I think, you know what, I think we can get away with this. No, I don't know, it looks kind of different. No, I'm gonna do the good art thing, and I'm gonna do it fresh. But, you know, we've explored the options. Did I do all of the externals of that? No, that was the internal. I was on the wrong brush size, and I thought I did the outside of the shoe in the wrong brush size. I don't think I did. I might have done a little bit. No, that's the wrong layer. There we go. Yeah. Everybody in the chat saying, those are some chunky shoes. You are correct. Yeah, very, very chunky. And I'd still, every now and then I'll glance over and the total fundraising amount has gone up, and my brain just goes completely on the fritz. That is absolutely nuts. Thank you again so much to everybody who's been donating. I'm going to sound like a broken record by the end of this stream, but it seriously is just unfathomable, because, like, again, individually, these are the kind of, like, amounts that I don't think any of us could really do by ourselves, but it's just so cool to see, just sort of, like, what happens when everybody sort of comes together to do stuff, you know? Yeah, I think I mentioned it as much in the like video I posted earlier this week letting you guys know about the stream, but like it's so easy with all of us like stuck at home who haven't been able to go to protests, who haven't, you know, or who can only like donate a little bit to whatever cause we're looking to support. It can be so easy to feel like what you're doing isn't enough, or like a little bit useless if you're just like by yourself trying to do what you can. So yeah, it's just really nice to see like everybody able to come together like this and sort of see in real time what everybody's like love adds up to. That sounds incredibly cheesy, I realize, but like, you know, it's everybody being nice and caring about other human beings and like showing some love for the community that we're all a part of. I think it's really sweet. Because I'm a big old sap and sometimes I get sentimental and you guys just have to deal with that. Yeah. There are a couple of comments in chat that, for whatever reason, aren't showing up, and I can't reach over to click them fast enough to allow them through. So I'm very sorry if any of your comments are getting filtered, by the way. I have no control of that, but I'm trying to catch which ones I can. Tilbo asking, am I excited for Hamilton coming to Disney Plus? Heck yeah, because again, that's another musical that I have really enjoyed parts of the soundtrack, but I've kind of avoided certain songs on the soundtrack because I know they spoil the plot, but, you know, the classics I'm very familiar with, and I really want to see it. I'm really excited. Octavia saying, give Alex hugs? No! Social distancing. Behave. You can get one of those trash picking claws and pat me from a distance. That just gave me a really funny mental image, sorry. Thank you for the anonymous donation, whoever just gave £20, that's really nice. Thank you. Oh, Georgia, don't worry if you can't catch everybody, by the way, buddy. For the moderation-y stuff. It's all good. There are tons of comments still coming through, and it's really cool to see everybody's things that are being caught. This is so cute. Man. Yeah, this just feels like a really nice, chill kind of hangout time, doesn't it? It's nice. Social distance pats, yes, that is the spirit. We've been quite lucky down here. My local GP is really well stocked with face masks and things, so whenever I've gone down for my regular testosterone injections, I've just picked up a couple of them, so that's quite nice. Very important question from... your name's gone. So they said, do you have any dream pets? I would say yes and no. So here's the thing. Some of my friends have cats, they have dogs, they have lovely, lovely pets who I love very, very much. And whenever I see them, I'm like, I'm just gonna spend my entire time at this place accosting your pet and giving them loads of love because I really love your pet. But I don't think that I should personally be trusted with the life of another living creature because I can barely sustain my own. So I would say my dream with regards to pets is to just, you know, be able to pester my friends' pets and enjoy them, but not be responsible for their living, just because I would get so worried. Yeah, again, I'm just going so quiet doing these shoes because I want to get them right. Here we go, chunky chunky. Bow. Realistically, I realize I should probably just do these in like one curve and then draw the chunks after the fact, but it's too late now. Realized that way too far down the line. Ooh, I'm excited to get this line work done. I want to do the colours. But any job worth doing is worth doing properly, so I'm not gonna speed rush through the... Oh, I'm gonna I'm gonna draw a line in the middle of the canvas when I'm trying to move it. Apparently, that's what I'm gonna do. Yes, here we go. And some swoopage. I'm quite glad that streaming this isn't slowing down my software a whole ton, because I was, again, kind of worried that, like, I would draw a line and then a minute later that line would appear, but at the minute, it seems to be running really well, so that's quite nice. Ah, yes! That was a one-take swoop. Very happy about that. And lower that brush size, do some internal lines. How about that? I don't know. I hope some of the advice I've been giving here, in between all of my nonsense, has been helpful or insightful in some way. I always strive to, like, at least say something semi-educational in every video I make. Here we go. Swoopity swoop. There we go. Nice. Sorry, I'm saying swoop so much that you're all saying it in the chat now. Again, it's just so nice seeing... What colour is my toothbrush? Very important question there, Zara. Thank you for asking. I have a it's wood colored. I have one of those like biodegradable ones from the local vegan store because I am that bitch. Swoop. Man, is that going to be the the hot word of the moment for the chat? Yeah, man, we're still in Swoop Town. Keep it going. Actually, don't. I don't want you guys to get like as robots. No, you can if you want. I cannot dictate your amount of swoopage, chat. I wouldn't dream of it. Here we go. Okay. Close. Ooh, that looks nice. Let's go with that. Yes. It's a pair of shoes, baby. It's not finished yet, though. I said that too soon. I'm gonna do the laces themselves in the coloring stage because I think they'd be nice to do in just like as a chunk of color. But I'm kind of flying blind with what I want to do specifically for the colors on this one. I think again there's going to be a lot of fun to be had with playing around with it. And back up to 8, and let's finish this. Here we go. Whoop. There we go. How do you draw hair? Says chat. We're gonna find out. I'm gonna be drawing her hair a little differently to how I drew it in her original design in the Halloween video last year, because I want to try out doing like a more braided kind of style, because again, this is all about Black Lives Matter. This is all like celebrating the Black LGBT community. I figure it's a good chance to try and, or like, you know, as good a time as any to try and expand my practice of drawing more varied hairstyles, and, you know, celebrate those more kind of authentic hairstyles because they're so pretty. There we go. Give that girl some knees. But yeah, generally for drawing hair, it's just, well, you can kind of see it here, actually. If you, again, just like with anything that you're drawing, if you just break it down to shapes, like triangle and, you know, this, it's kind of like drawing fabric and then turning it into hair is kind of a good way to think about it. But yeah, just thinking of it in more like swoopy kind of blocky shapes as opposed to like a massive individual strands can generally kind of help you to get a more, I don't know, solid kind of hairstyle. You can certainly play around more with the directions of it if you do it in like broad chunks and sections like that. And I don't know, it's kind of up to personal preference, as with everything in art, but I kind of prefer the styles where they do that. Yes, alright, she got legs. There we go. Aha, nice. Yeah, oh, I'm really happy with how those shoes have gone. Ooh, we're nearly done with the line work. Yeah, boy. Jenny, I don't know what you're talking about in the chat here, but I just saw you saying, he chose to be my son. He knew what he was getting as a parent. I hope that's talking about the fact that all of us in the wizard crew are just your horrendous goblin children. I might go slightly quiet for this next bit, just because I'm really keen on finishing this line work. So if I end up spacing out and going like on and off silent, it's because I'm in the zone, getting this done. Yeah. Here we go. So what I might do, so I think you guys might have seen in a bunch of my other videos recently, I've mentioned like how much I love using colored line work, so I think I'm going to do a couple of thin internal lines here, and then we can hopefully colorize those in a little bit. That should be pretty fun. Play around with that. Everybody in the chat saying Goblin Mother. Yeah, you know, that's actually Jenny's name in our group chat. It's pretty accurate. It's, you know, I think most DMs can probably take up that title, but yeah, Jenny has a lot of goblin kids to deal with, especially. We're a bunch of bastards. Here we go. Do some poof. I really like doing like these kind of poofy sleeves as well. They're really fun. It's just, again, this character design, you can do so many cute things. She's got really cute sense of fashion. I love it. This now. Also, I cannot believe, but the fundraiser is nearly at $2,000, which is absolutely nuts. Again, I'll just sort of like glance on and off and like look back over, and then suddenly it's gone up by a whole bunch more. Good lordy, these are again just not the kind of numbers I was in any way anticipating. Again, this fundraiser is going to be up for like a week, and I thought we'd be lucky if we could make like $1,000 in the span of a week. This is really cool, man. This is really nice. Yeah, puffy sleeves. Nice. I'm not sure about the fold on that hood though, I might change that. Art is all about trial and error. Mostly error. And yeah, just thinking back on the fundraiser topic, because as is my brand, I got distracted. But like I said, the fundraiser is running for the next week or so. So if you're watching this back, I know this stream is happening live right now outside of a lot of people's time zones because it's like 3 a.m. for some people. So if you're watching this back during the week, the fundraiser should still be here. You can still contribute if you want to, and it would be very, very appreciated if you did. You'd be a very, very cool person. Doing a very, very nice thing. AM Dunes in the chat saying where my rogue's at. Holla. I don't think I should ever say that again. Holla. What am I doing? Who am I? Oh, if you guys were wondering as well about the music in the background, I've got like a playlist going of songs that I downloaded from YouTube Audio Library, so it's all just like a bunch of copyright-free songs, so I don't know all of the track names off the top of my head, but you can go have a nice little rifle through, and there's a bunch of nice songs to discover in there. Now here's the tricky thing. This is a flag. Much like with shoes, you know, how fabric works is open to interpretation. Also, which side of the hand the thumb is on the inside, so it wouldn't be showing from this angle. The amount of times I've been drawing hands for various pieces and I've ended up just kind of like doing the pose with my own hand to figure out which side the thumb is on, forget about it. Yeah, that's fine, that will do. That's fine. Yeah. This side. Nice bit of hands. I hope the hand video I posted in my last upload was helpful, by the way. It was really interesting to do like a slightly more tutorial-y kind of thing like that. But yeah, I don't know. Would you guys be down for some more of those kind of things sometime in the future? I don't really know when, but like more of those kind of like tips and tricks kind of breakdown videos. And you guys in the chat still have so much energy. I love it. There we go. I'll say one other like tip thing that I can give is that, especially with fabric like this, because I can say it right now because I'm doing it, a lot of the time if you don't know what you're doing and you just kind of like wing it and you know, as I said before in other videos, you know, fake it till you make it. If you don't know how it works, a lot of people aren't going to be able to tell. Obviously, you guys watching me draw this will tell because I'm telling you I have no idea what I'm doing. But typically, you know, most people can't tell if you want to just, like, you know, make up some fabric folds that are probably not accurate to how fabric works in real life. It's fine. It's all part of the look, part of the aesthetic. Also, this is completely off topic, but I know like a bunch of you guys who watch my videos are American, and I was just thinking back on the little bit of conversation topic earlier about like stuff that I've been watching lately. I've been watching the Great British Bake Off, but like the professional version, and I think the Great British Bake Off is kind of popular in America. Is it? I think it is. But if you guys haven't seen the professional one, if you are a fan of Bake Off at all, you should absolutely check it out. It's nuts, the kind of stuff they make, and the judges are really, really intense. Max the Griffin asking Alex, the customary question prefix now, it would seem. Alex, what's your favourite thing about Pride Month? You know what? I think just like what's happening in this stream is a pretty good example. Like just everybody who needs to celebrate some Pride, or like who wants to be like, hey, we're here and that's really cool. Like getting the chance to really vocalize. It's a beautiful thing. It's kind of weird though, because Pride Month globally, like this month, June Pride Month, doesn't actually align with when my city has its Pride Month. My hometown has our Pride celebrations in August, I think? Maybe? I'm not actually sure. It's sometime in the summertime, but I don't think it's in actual Pride Month. Any Brighton residents, please correct me if I'm wrong. And then LGBT History Month is in October, so I'm really glad we have a bunch of stuff going on all throughout the year. But Pride Month has always been kind of a vague thing for me, just because, like, I'm bad at keeping track of the time and date in general. Yeah, how does fabric work? Let's do some of this. This is another instance where I want to do some big broad swoopies. Everybody about to go ham saying swoop in the chat. But it's kind of hard because it's further away. So, oh wait, no, I know what I can do. What am I talking about? Is this a separate layer? Yeah, here we go. Just draw it over there. Move it across. Fit it to size. And that's that on digital art. Love it. Yeah, oh, look at that. Seamless. But yeah, I cannot advocate enough for the power of doing your inking in pieces on separate layers. It makes such a difference. Ooh, yeah, you're right. Somebody in the chat pointing out we're $70 away from 2,000 in the fundraising pot. Guys, I know I keep saying as much, but that is an absolutely crazy number. Like I said, like doing YouTube and stuff, like doing this kind of thing, you know, I make enough to pay my rent, but I'm not like crazy YouTuber rich kind of thing. Like I can pay my rent and that's about it. So like these kind of numbers, like seeing that amount of money that we're able to get together for charity, oh man, it is beyond anything that like I could ever even dream of doing by myself. So that's really cool. It means a whole lot. I know I've been sentimental about it already, but it is super, super cool. And you're all really lovely people for contributing to it. I really appreciate it. And I'm sure the NBJC is going to appreciate it too, because it's for them. I reach the point in the night where I get really sappy, so I start doing stupid voices to cover up my emotions. Yeah. I just said a minute ago, like, yeah, do the line work in pieces and then you can change it around, and then I immediately forgot to do that. Here we go. Nice. And lag texture. Yes. I've been really enjoying kind of the clean line work kind of style that I've been developing lately. Actually, I'm not sure about that, but it's just really satisfying. Like, because I'll look at my old digital artwork when I was still kind of learning and still kind of finding my style, and I used to use the marker tool, which is like it's like this, so it's like a low opacity kind of brush, and I would use it to do like really sketchy kind of line work, and that does work for certain styles, but man, I really prefer the kind of clean styles when I'm making my own stuff, so it's very, very fun, like watching it come together. Like, even being the one drawing it, it's like just, there's something really satisfying about like seeing a drawing come together. It's like kind of, I don't know, making a jigsaw puzzle almost. That's the best comparison I can think of. It's really nice. Oh my gosh, I looked back over to the chat and we're over $2,000. Woo! Oh my gosh. That's really, really cool. Oh man, $2,134. You guys, absolute legends. By the way, I use guys as a gender neutral term. You beautiful people. That is amazing. Thank you so much. Good God. Yeah. Man. Ooh. I am really excited to see what the tally ends up at by the end of the week, because this is all within the span of like an hour. Oh boy. that is nuts. Yeah, let's get some flag done. Is this on the right layer? No. There we go. That's the one peril of doing your line work in pieces on separate layers. Keep track of which layer's which. I don't have mine named at the minute because it's just like bits and pieces of vague line work, but if you can name what line work you're working on, please do. It's very helpful. Sapphire here saying, you can really hear the genuine happiness in Alex's voice and I'm here for it. Yeah, that's because I'm happy, dude. I mean, yeah. I don't know what you expect. Of course. No, there's a lot of happy feelings happening right now. This is a really nice a really nice time. Alright, fabric complete. Maybe I'll adjust that one line. Fabric complete. Thank you to Anonymous for donating $5 or £5. Again, the currency varies throughout the chat, but yeah, let's keep this hype train going. Let's see how far we can take this. This is amazing. Ooh, somebody asking what orientation this lovely lady is who I'm drawing here. So she was made to be the trans pride design. In terms of her orientation, you know what? It's up to interpretation. I'm not gonna say anything on that. I think if you want to identify her as sort of whichever sort of, I don't know, whichever thing you vibe with. If you want to give her a girlfriend, that's real cool. If you want to have a cool boyfriend, that's real cool. If you want it to be ace, that's real cool. Aw, Astral Flames, that's a really nice comment. Saying, Alex, you are such a force for goodness and happiness, you're truly inspiring. To that I say, Uno reverse card. No you. Yeah, no. Yeah, I think the force for goodness and happiness here is definitely you guys. I'm just sort of sitting here drawing stuff, you guys are making the good stuff happen. Yeah, that's very sweet though, I appreciate that, that's very kind. Now, here's the point where, with this style, I want to, because like I said, I want to do braids, so I'm trying to do it in my usual braid style, which is like the middle school S. Yeah, that looks like braids. This is one of my like first few attempts at doing a more traditional hairstyle. There we go. So I want to do it right, but I don't have as much experience drawing it, which I should. I should have more experience, but you know, better late than never. I'm excited to try and learn how to do more black hairstyles because, like, and if you've ever seen photos of like, yeah, just like black folks celebrating their like natural hair and doing like amazing things with it, it's so awesome to see. I absolutely love that kind of stuff. And like, yeah, you can do just like so much really cool stuff with those kind of hairstyles. But yeah, I just, for whatever reason, probably just because like I grew up on like weeb culture, so it was mostly like just manga and anime. Like I just didn't like, I don't know, see as much of that stuff. But there we go, that's a braid. But yeah, no, I really want to get into it nowadays and like just be able to like represent as many like different kinds of people in my artworks as possible. Like I really want to, because again, I'm like I said in the announcement video for this stream, like I'm a white guy, so like I don't want to misrepresent people's like aesthetics and stuff like that for various cultures, but like so that's why like I want to like learn properly how to do it. Like I really want to learn how to do different styles of hijabs and head wraps in different characters, but yeah, I was in like set 4 RE, religious education, so I'm really uninformed on that front. But yeah, I really want to learn. I think that's one of my goals for this year, is just sort of expanding my knowledge of different like cultures and styles, just because like everybody deserves to be represented in the characters that they see and like the stuff that I draw and that I make and stuff and that everybody makes. But it takes learning, and it takes in like informing yourself of stuff and education. So yeah, that's the vibe for 2020. I don't know what those emojis are in the chat, but those are really cool. There's like a picture of a cat in a box and somebody dabbing. The dabbing may be less cool than the cat, I don't know. Those are really cute. Oh, Jaden asking, is this stream going to remain up? Yep, I've got streams set to... I think I should do. I've got streams set to just be uploaded as videos to my channel after they finish, so yeah, this should be available to watch just indefinitely after the stream's over. Here we go. Do some nice bits of braids. So yeah, if you need to tune out for the moment and you want to come watch the rest of it later, that's absolutely fine. If you really enjoyed yourself and you want to like get your friend to watch it later on, that's also really, really cool. Go ahead and do that. Thank you to Harpo the Marks for donating $20. You're a legend. Thank you. That's really, really cool. Man, the chat's going so fast, but one message that's like stopped in front of me is somebody saying, Alex has baby energy. I love you. Yeah. That's pretty accurate, I'm not gonna lie. It's a title I have tried to escape all my life, but it cannot be denied. I'm pretty baby. No, I'm a grown-ass man. That was incredibly unconvincing. How does this look? Ooh, yay! Oh, I am quite happy with how these braids turned out. Hopefully they look good to you guys. I don't know, but I think for, you know, first couple of times doing this kind of style, this like really detailed style, I'm real happy with this. This is real fun. Yeah, oh, cute, nice, I like that. I don't know how it's gonna transition to transition. She's trans. I don't know how well it's gonna transition down to the bottom, because I'd like that to be more like less line work heavy. So I don't know if I'll do full detail all the way down. It's, you know, learning curve. We're gonna figure it out. We're gonna figure it out on the air. Here we go. Nice bit of swoop. That wasn't even swoop. Swoop is just fun to say. Swoop isn't an action, it's an experience. It's a feeling. Swoop is a feeling. Quality braids. Thank you. Yay, I'm glad. Oh, I'm disappointed. I thought there's a comment here that says Alex is also fluff, but I thought it said Alex is also buff, and I was like, yeah. But no, I think fluff is probably more accurate, you're right. Have like a little updo ponytail at the back here, but I think that would be braids too, wouldn't it? Yeah, that looks cool. That's good. So yeah, I think maybe I just won't do the internal lines on this bit, I'm not sure. Or, ooh, what I might do is do the outer shape and then do thin lines inside that we can colorize. Yeah, figuring it out. This is, again, just like, this is the process. This is what happens, like, if you guys watch my speed paints, just know that, like, it's a 10 times speed version of this exact thought process every time, every time I draw anything. Here we go. I'm gonna do that so it's easier to select later. Yeah, cool, because we want to keep that texture, we want to keep that nice feeling, but we don't want the line work to be too heavy. So, that's the wrong layer. That's the right one. Nice, so I'm gonna just erase some of the line work under the hair here. Because when it comes to colouring, I do all of that with the selection tool, like I'll do it in parts, much like with the line work. I'll just sort of like, because again, the selection tool here on Paint Tool Sai, really, really good. There we go. Oh, we're getting close to done with this line work, dudes. Nice. I don't know when Buff Rogue Baby Gang became the chat catchphrase, but I like that. That's a cool idea. Buff Rogue Baby Gang. That makes me think of Adventure Time. He turns into a baby at one point, doesn't he? There's a buff baby in it at some point. Yeah, Jazz, you know what I'm talking about. Punch your buns. Also, to my friends in the House of Dungas who are tuned in, I hope I am startling you whenever I notice you in the chat and say your names. There we go. And erase the bits underneath. Yeah, look at that. Nice. What's her name? That's a good question. I don't know. She should have one, but I don't know it. Yeah, I think I have like a post-it note buried somewhere of name ideas for that set of Ride with Pride characters, but I don't know where it is, so I'm not quite sure. I think I might have named her back then. But, yeah, for now, unnamed pretty lady. Somebody saying, I love her hair? Good, I'm glad. Nice. I'm happy to hear that. It's a bit of a... Again, it's a bit of a learning curve to kind of do. Well, I'm glad it looks okay. There we go. And I know we're a bit of a ways into the stream now, but the number of people who are present is fluctuating and going up and stuff, so if you're just getting here now, charity stream, welcome to the show. Raising funds for the NBJC, National Black Justice Collective. They're a good bunch of peeps doing a good bunch of stuff. And yeah, we're already doing real well in terms of raising money. Sorry, people were talking about names in the chat and my brain crossed its wires. Somebody just said name them George. Oh, there are so many pretty names in the chat. That's nice. I keep getting distracted, like looking at the names all you guys are suggesting in the chat. There are some lovely ones there. Well, Ramon is a cool name, but it makes me think of the girl from Scott Pilgrim. That's her name, isn't it? Ramona Flowers in Scott Pilgrim. I was trying to remember. So again, this is kind of a... yeah, a slight fake it till you make it with the shape on the bottom here. Just like kind of loose, kind of imprecise. Yeah, it's kind of, it's the back, it can be a bit more vague with the... yeah, that looks cute. Nice. Oh, I'm happy with that. Lovely. Oh my gosh, we're close to doing the colouring, lads. Here we go. Oh, I can merge that down as well. Lovely. Oh, Terry's a cute name. Oh, somebody, the Chaotic Magnet, saying you've been doing D&D prep in the background while watching this. That's awesome. I hope you're having a good time doing your Dungeons & Dragons prep. If you're prepping as the DM, I hope you're finding some nasty, nasty riddles to throw at your players. It's what they deserve. There we go. So I'm just going to ink the bottom part of the nose right now. I'm not going to do this whole bit because I'm going to fill this in with color to give it the illusion of shape. Let's do these eyes. Normally I'd go down a bit of a brush size to do the eyes because it's like, it's fine detail, I want it to be pretty and like precise. Ooh. And I'm so excited to do the coloring on this, guys, you have no idea. So I'm going to do a couple of forward lashes. I think that's going to be cute. Oh, look at that! Nice. Again, I don't normally do, like, there's a lot of a learning curve in this picture alone. I don't normally do like heavy eyelash detail, but it's really nice to just play around with different things every now and then, because I want to give her a nice makeup look, and I think eyelashes are part of that. I think. I don't know. I don't know a lot about makeup. Is that good? Yeah. Oh, you might hear buzzing in the background. I think I have my phone like too close to me. Go and it's always so fun getting onto like the last details of the line work because my whole brain is like, it's nearly done. You can do the next bit soon. But I always really love doing the face because it's where all the expression is. It's where all of the personality is. Well, no, not where all of the personality is, but it's where like it's where the expression is, and that helps with the personality. Yeah, I'd say never limit the personality of a character that you're drawing just to the face. It should be in like their body language, like this. Give them a cool pose. Give them some personality in the way they stand and stuff. It's a whole character experience. But the face is really fun. It's like a key part of it, of course. And did I give them one eye winking because I didn't want to balance two eyes at a strange angle? I'll never tell. But also it looks cute. Like, look at that. And lower the brush size even more because I want to do... This is another thing, I don't normally give characters lips or lipstick, just because again I don't draw it a lot, so I'm not very good at it, but I thought it really suited her, because again I wanted to give her like a cool makeup look. So let's try this out, and again I might leave the line work blank in certain places and we'll fill in these sketch details with the colouring. Max saying, help, she's making me gay. Good, it's a pride stream. That's besides fundraising, you know how the homosexual agenda is. We gotta make everybody gay. Oh yeah, look at that. Nice. She's just a real cool gal, isn't she? Look at her being all cool and stuff. Again, I just love drawing confident characters like this. They're just a really fun time. And let's give her pupils to make her look like a human person. Ooh. And that's the line work done, everybody! Look at that! Nice, so I'm going to merge this ink layer, and then we can start on some colouring, which I'm very excited about. Here we go. Name that folder, keep them all together. Are you guys excited for the colouring stage? I definitely am. Here we go. Ooh, that's the wrong kind of selection. So what I tend to do with colouring is I'll do what you see here, so I'll select like outside of the character, or you know, the object or whatever I'm drawing, and then invert the selection and fill it, so then I can just like paint on top with clipping layers, and it's really, really nice. It's a really streamlined way of just doing your process quickly. So here we go. One handy dandy tool that I have here today is the original drawing of her down in the bottom here on a hidden layer that I have had just turned off this whole time, but that means that I can like eyedrop some of her color palette. I want to give her a different color scheme for her outfit, but for her hair and stuff, and like her skin tone and maybe her hat, maybe she has a different hat today, I don't know, but like I can just eyedrop the colors, which is gonna save us a wee bit of time. And then let's lock this layer up. So let's clip that, and then like I said, I just kind of do it with selections, and the selection tool on Paint Tool SAI is really good. It just like goes right up to the edges. There's no like 1 pixel line that you have to kind of fill in or expand. It does its job, which is what you want. Here we go. So let's name this skin tone. I saw a TikTok the other day, which was like artists that name their layers versus artists that don't name their layers. I try to be one of the I try to be the kind of person that names his layers. Sometimes I forget. There we go. Yep, that's all filled in. Nice. So what I'm gonna do, because I want to be able to see the colors, but I also want to be able to give it that texture, is I'm going to put the sketch on top. And then save this canvas real quick. I just realised I hadn't saved it once the entire time the stream had been going on, and I had a slight heart attack. Let's see. So I'm going to just erase the skin tone colour here. And I'll put in some white on the layer underneath. I was about to say I can't remember what colour eyes she has, but that's why I have the the colour palette thing in the bottom. There we go. It's kind of nice having the sketch on top, because if you have it on a shade mode like this, it kind of gives you a colour to swatch from. Layer 7 gang in the chat, yeah, you know what's up. So let's see, what do we want to do with this colour here? I know I want to do this. Give her a nice bit of lipstick. And turn the sketch off. How's that look? Yeah, nice. Or at the very least, just give her a nice defined sort of lip area. Might be lipstick, or it might just be she's got. There we go. Is this the right colour? That's another thing. I wanted the top lip to be slightly darker, so I might go over that with the colour I swatched from. Yeah, there we go. Nice. It's all about figuring it out as you go with painting like this, isn't it? Oh, and give it a little bit of blur, make it a nice little gradient tone. I love using a good gradient tone in my artwork. It just gives it so much depth, so much pop. I will say as well, I was thinking, because I'm going to upload the finished version of this piece to my socials and stuff after the stream's done. If you guys want to use it as like, I think it says this in the video description, but if you want to use it as like a wallpaper for personal use and stuff, don't go reposting it everywhere because this is a piece made for charity. But if you want to use it for personal use, I'd just say go ahead, but make a donation if you do, or like, you know, do what you can, I guess. Sign petitions, do something, just do something, do some good. And then, yeah, besides that, that's the only thing I'd ask if you want to use it. Let's blur this, my brush is too big. Yeah, there we go, nice bit of definition. Yeah, look at that. I really enjoy doing colouring. It's like the most therapeutic part of the drawing process at large. It's just so relaxing. It's so chilled out. It's really nice. I'm gonna do the blush on this side on a new layer because otherwise I'm gonna smudge the nose, and I don't want to do that because I'm happy with how the nose looks. Here we go. Nice, and then we're just going to do a couple of highlights here and there. And then I think I'm going to come back to, because I want to give her some like eyeshadow, but I think I'll figure out what colour the whole outfit's going to be first, and then we'll do that. So let's go back down to a little reference down here. Oh yeah, I gave her like pink and blue eyes, like flag colour. God, that's so low resolution when I zoom in. But yeah, I gave her like, because they were all pride flag colours. Okay, cool. I know what I'm doing. Pink, white. Let's swatch this. Let's do some of that hair. How about that? Thank you, Angus, for the $5 donation. That's super cool. Oh, thank you, Anonymous, for the $5. This is like a little $5 train. Look at that. And here we go. Alright, so like when I was inking the hair earlier, this is kind of why I said it's very detailed, so it's a lot of selection areas, but it's good because we can select all of it. RIP the lilac hair, somebody says. It's not going to be that colour, it's different textures. Here we go. And then I think I'll go, that's the wrong section, what am I doing? Yeah, that's all selected fine, and then for these bits, there we go, I'm just going to go in and clean it up with the selection pen, which again, really handy feature that Paint Tool Sci has. I don't know if Photoshop has it, I haven't seen it, and even if it did, Photoshop lags a whole bunch on my PC, so I'm just going to keep advertising for Paint Tool Sci during this stream. It's just such a nice program. Here we go. Yeah, nice and clean. And name this layer hair. And I'm gonna, I think I'm gonna do a nice little gradient for this. Let's get some of this color. Foreground, background, yep. Yeah, lovely. I think I might saturate the top a little bit more. Yeah, nice. And then lighten up the bottom, because I want it to keep this nice like gradient that we had in the original version. And there we go. Nice. Thank you, Anonymous, for the £5 donation. That's super cool. Here we go. So I think what I'm gonna do is go in and put in a bit of more detail in here. Again, I don't want it to be super detailed because it's gonna just be too busy and like detract from the rest of the piece, but yeah, I want to keep some of that texture in it. Yeah, there we go, nice and wavy. What do you reckon, chat? Does that look about right? Again, big old learning experience, so I appreciate the second opinion. And yeah, because it's just like internal colored line work, it's cool if it's a little bit more loosey-goosey. And because it's for texture as well, so you want it to be a bit more. Yeah, there we go, that's nice, that looks more. Kind of want it to get like a bit thinner as we get further away from the camera. There we go. Nice. So I was thinking, because I wanted to keep her original color scheme, I'm going to go in and put in a bit of white detail. I want to keep her palette kind of pink, blue and white. So I'm going to do a layer for white tones, I'm going to do a layer for blue tones, and I'm going to do a layer for pink tones, and we're just going to play around a bit and see how we do. Pink and blue. Here we go. So white tones, outside of doing like the eyes and teeth, I tend to try and do slightly off-white, just because it looks a little bit less like super bright. And all you guys in the chat are... Oh, somebody's saying, Alex, the chat is screaming at you. Why is the chat screaming at me? Hello. Say the stuff again. I'll try and see what you guys are saying. Oh, thank you for the advice about doing the palms and stuff. Yes. Because again, trying to learn how to do varied skin tones a bit better. Thank you, that's really helpful advice. Separate the braids. Let's see, let's do these bits and pieces here. Let's see. Is that more on track? Again, thank you for the advice on this. To everybody saying separate the braids in the line art, I think what I might do is go in and clean them up after the stream, but for the minute, I don't want to keep you guys here for ages and ages, but I'm going to take that advice to heart and fix it after the stream's done. So thank you for the advice on that, but for now I'm going to go on to doing the rest of the outfit and then clean up the braids afterwards, but thank you again. So I am definitely going to do that once the stream's done. But for now, let's figure out this color palette. Because yeah, I do want to go in and do the braids. I merged them. Okay, I'm gonna go in and fix the braids after the stream's done and give them like the same line work as the rest, but for now yeah, let's get on with the figuring out this color palette. So what I think I might do, let's give her some white socks, and I'm thinking a white hat. I don't know. I might give it like a white hat with blue ribbon. Oh, that's kind of cute actually. Maybe that. Here we go. Somebody in the chat saying if he does fix the braids later, redemption arc. I hope so. Because yeah, like I said, I want to learn how to draw different like styles of things outside of my own culture, like a lot better and a lot more accurately. It's just, you know, only got so much time on this stream, so I do definitely want to go in and fix them later. But again, thank you for the advice about the like skin tone variation and with the braids, because like that's what it takes for people to learn and to educate. Like it takes like shouting at people and saying like, hey, this is how this thing is, here's a recommendation, and it is like genuinely helpful. Here we go, let's do, I think the ribbon and the shoes would be nice in blue. Maybe like this tone, maybe a bit lighter than this tone that I used on here because it's quite saturated. I'm feeling kind of a more pastel vibe for the rest of this. Let's try this. I don't know what color the stripe needs to be on the socks. We will figure it out in a wee bit. Let's try this. Yeah, that's nice. Maybe a little less saturated because I have that whacked right up at the minute. Yeah, nice. Ooh, somebody asking, if you don't mind me asking, what's your favorite D&D podcast? I've really enjoyed Critical Role and The Adventure Zone. I think those are kind of the staples for anybody who listens to D&D podcasts in general. But one that Jenny introduced me to, which is just the funniest thing in the world, is called Dragon Friends. And it's like an Australian one. They do it with a live studio audience and like a live musician, and it's just absolutely nuts. It's completely weird, and yeah, they have like one character in it called Gaston, who is legally distinct from Gaston from Beauty and the Beast. Is how they describe him. It's just a fun old time. He's a very fun character, and yeah, their warlock is slightly murderous, which is really fun. I'm a complete fake trans person right now. Which order does the flag go in? Aha! It's blue, pink, white. Blue, pink, white. Nice. I was literally... I don't know why I asked. I literally have a flag next to my desk. Like, easiest quiz in the world. Here we go. Let's do some stripes. I'm really liking these other recommendations in the chat right now. That's really cool. Somebody asking Vox Machina or Mighty Nine. I started with Vox Machina, but I haven't watched all of it yet. So I've still got some catching up to do on the Mighty Nine as well, but I think that's the one that I've kind of watched from the beginning, is the Mighty Nine. And it's kind of the one I'd recommend more because they have a bit more fun with it, it seems. Well, I mean, both campaigns are fun, but like they go a bit more crazy with their characters, you know what I mean? Which is always a bit more fun. And then another pink stripe. Let's do some of this. There we go. And then a bit of that white color in the middle. Oh yeah, look at that. So let's do this. Nightmare Scar Paladin saying late to the stream, but I love your work. Thank you. Welcome. You're never too late. I'm glad you're able to join in just now. That's really cool. Somebody saying, I'm sure the chat moves on far too quickly for me to read it. Same. But yeah, it's really nice catching the couple of messages that I am able to see. Alex, who's your favorite Critical Role character? Oh, it's gotta be Caleb, every time. It's the big sad wizard man. Of course, he's my favorite. Yeah, no, I think just Liam O'Brien's characters in general are just like peak faves for me. Let's see, let's give these some white souls. So yeah, like I said, the the finished artwork from this stream will, and like I said, I'm going to make a couple of corrections once the stream's over, but the finished artwork from this stream is going to go up on my socials probably tomorrow, because I want to make those corrections, but it's quite late in the night here already, so I'll probably do those like first thing tomorrow morning. And then it'll be going up on my socials within 24 hours. And then if you guys want to use it for personal use, like wallpapers and stuff, go ahead. I just ask that you make a donation to either this fundraiser or like one of the charities I've got linked in the description, or just generally a good cause. Whoa, Anonymous with the $50 donation, that's really kind, thank you. Spooky Stars with £5, that's very kind as well, thank you so much. Let's see. Sage saying, Alex, what do you think of my name? Sage, I made it. I think that's a really cool name, very spicy. Well, Herbie, maybe. I don't know what Sage counts as. I don't do a lot of cooking. So I'm thinking pink hoodie, but I don't want it to blend into the flag too much, so I might do some more gradient work on the flag in the background. We'll see. And then I kind of want to give... What would white be better? Maybe that. Oh, white with a pink hood? I think so. And then a little pink ribbon. Yeah, that'd be cute. There we go. This stream broke my phone. I'm so sorry. I don't think that was the intent. There we go. And then some of this colour for the little ribbon here. And then I kind of want to give the... I was thinking at the start, like, I wanted to give the skirt, like, a hologram kind of texture. I've locked that layer, that's why that's not filling in. Yeah, that's cute. She looks kind of like a... it's like halfway towards being like a Sailor Scout outfit. That was not the intent when I started it, but it's definitely a cool look. So I think I might leave the skirt grey and then like put an overlay on it and try and get that like rainbow kind of hologram effect. There we go. And let's give this overlay. I'm gonna go pink to blue. That's pretty cool. Anonymous with a €30 donation. Wow, you guys are from all over the place. How cool. Hologram sounds epic. Look up references for the colours, says somebody in the chat. Your name's already scrolled past. But yes, that actually, thank you for the reminder, because I do have a couple of tabs of references open on my phone right now. Whoa, and it's buzzing. Yeah, there we go. Okay, let's try this. So, there's that. And then let's give it some shinies. Because hologram is really hard. I don't know why I decided to do hologram for this stream, but if nothing else, I can kind of do that like cool angular kind of way of shading, because I don't know if I'll be able to do like the full blending stuff. But yeah, give it that nice like shiny texture, and clean it up a little bit. Yeah. Out of curiosity, what is a couple of tabs for you, Alex? Okay, look. Night Aaron asking that in the chat. That's a fair question. Thankfully, I only have an actual couple of tabs, like 2 or 3 open at the minute, because I'm just kind of like scrolling through Google Images at large. But yeah, a couple of tabs. If I'm doing stuff online, typically that'll be like, you know, like 5 plus, maybe 10. So I think, just looking at the time, it's, because in the UK, It's like 9 p.m. right now, and the stream has been going on for quite a while. I think I'm gonna um, do the rest of the flat colors, and then I think I will finish up like the full detailing and like the corrections that you guys have suggested after the stream's over, just because I don't want to keep you guys here too long, and I also don't want to bother my neighbors because it's starting to get a bit late, and I'm very conscious that they're right on the other side of the wall that I'm sitting next to. But I'm going to finish these flats, and then we're probably going to wind the stream down. But yeah, this has been a really nice time. Thank you guys so much for coming along. And again, thank you for all of your suggestions for corrections, because like I said, I want to learn how to like represent more people more properly in my art. So yeah, absolutely appreciate that. Um, Everybody in the chat saying, "Oh God, I have like 15 tabs open right now. What do I do?" I mean, that's pretty standard, you know. Yeah, I think if you like looked on my computer while I'm like researching stuff or while I'm like trying to like do various bits and pieces for work, you you probably would be appalled by the number of tabs I have open. But for the minute, for a couple of references for, because again with this hologram stuff, I do want to do this properly, but that's going to take ages. And like I say, I don't want to keep you guys here for ever and ever. But yeah, wow, this stream like has, even just within the amount of time we've been running it for, like surpassed my expectations so much. Like I said at the start, like I was only expecting us to make like, you know, $1,000 at a push, like over the course of a week, and over the course of like a 2-hour stream, we're already at $2,600. Oh my God, Krista B with $100. Who are you? You're a legend. That's amazing. Holy smokes. Yeah, that's, wow, gosh, even in these like last couple of minutes of the stream, you guys are still just absolutely blowing my mind. I literally don't even know how to how to react to that. That's nuts. Yeah, wow, good golly. I was so distracted that I couldn't even color inside of the lines there. You guys are doing so much good right now. This is so nice. And like I said, I'm going to go through after we close the stream off, and I'm going to like read through any super chats that I might have missed. I'll see if I can like watch this back and like pause it to read through all of the chat properly. But like, yeah, I'm sorry if I've missed any messages while we've been on the air, while I've been streaming on the air, as if I'm a radio show. But I hope you guys have had a fun time. It's been really nice. Just like being here, being able to do this. I want to do a ton more with this picture, but like I said, the finer details are the kind of thing that's going to take like ages and ages. So yeah, I'm gonna wind the stream down. I'm gonna finish this off camera, and then keep an eye on my socials. I'll be posting this. Like I say, you're welcome to use it as a wallpaper. Just make a donation if you do. Another anonymous person with $100 donation. You guys are really nice. I don't know what's happening anymore. This is nuts. But yeah, if you want to suggest names for this character once the final art goes up of this piece, I'll take them all into consideration. I think it'd be really nice if like all of you guys contributed to naming her. Yeah, wow, this has been a really good time. I'm gonna zoom out so you can see. So yeah, this is a work in progress. Gonna finish it later. Again, I really appreciate all of you guys' suggestions for corrections and suggestions for things I can look up as reference to just improve this and make her look even cooler. And thank you so much for all of the good vibes and just the positivity. And first and foremost, thank you so much for like contributing to charity, to this fundraiser. Yeah, I mean, I've been sentimental enough throughout the stream saying how awesome this is, how much it means, but it really is super cool, and I hope you guys are feeling happy, you're feeling proud, you're feeling good, you deserve to feel good, especially during this month of Pride, and especially after doing so much good here. This is a really nice little thing to have done together, I think. Anyway, I'm going to stop being a sap now. Again, thank you guys so much for coming out. I hope you have a lovely night. Stay happy, stay healthy, keep on doing good things, be good people. And yeah, the fundraiser is open for the rest of the week, so don't feel like you've missed your window if you didn't get to see this live. You've got a whole nother week to chip in if you want to. And wow, yeah, thanks so much again for coming, everybody. Have a great night. Happy Pride. Love yourselves. Love each other. Black Lives Matter. And don't you forget it. Yeah. Have a good night, everybody. Bye bye.